Hello students, let us continue the chapter. Log on to Access. Primary key. In every database, there is a primary key which contains the values that helps the user to uniquely identify each record in a table. The primary key field in a table cannot contain the duplicate value. Remember, the field set as a primary key cannot be left blank while entering data. Suppose you have created a table containing the data of all the students of your class. You found that more than one student shares the same name. Therefore, you cannot set name field as a primary key. In such a case, you can set roll number or enrollment number as the primary key, since there are no chances of duplicate values in these fields. Thus, each record will be identified uniquely. Setting and removing the primary key. Yes, students, to set the primary key, I have created a database table. Here you can see students info table with the ID, roll number, then first name, last name, class and grade. Here you can see to uniquely find a record, we can have only ID here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. These are unique, means they do not duplicate or they do not repeat. Here you can see in the first name, this Mayuri and Mayuri. It is repeated. Okay. So this cannot be a primary key. Here you can see in class also all are 8th standard. So we cannot get a particular student's information using this field. Same way in grade also. Okay. So we are going to set the primary key on this roll number. Okay. Means we can uniquely find each record with this ID or roll number. Okay. Now to set the primary key, first we have to open the database in design view. Here you can see the views group. There is view. Here you can open the database in design view. Now we can set primary key in two methods. First one, select the field that you wish to set as a primary key. Here I have selected this field and you can see this is the design tab. Okay, there is an option called primary key. Okay, this button you have to just click on that button. So this ID will become primary key. Similarly, the second method, you have to right click here. Okay, you have to just right click on the field and here you can see the option primary key. You have to just select the primary key option in the content menu. See here in the selected field, it will set the primary key and a tiny key icon will appear in the selector area. You can see it. Okay, so this is how we set primary key. And to remove the primary key, you just have to select the field. Here we can select this field. Okay, and then on the design tab, you have to again click on the primary key button. This will remove the primary key. Here the primary key button functions as a toggle key. You can turn on as well as turn off the corresponding effect. Let this ID as primary. Editing tables in Access. Once a table is created, you may need to make certain changes in the database, such as modifying data, adding, deleting, moving, or hiding fields in a table. To do so, open the table in which you wish to do the deleting. Ensure that the table is opened in the datasheet view. To edit the data, first you have to click on the cell in which you wish to modify the content. Okay, here let me click on the cell, and you can bring the cursor to the point where you want to edit. Here, if I have written Mishra here and there is a spelling mistake and it is Mehra, then I just have to change it. Okay. For replacing the data, you have to just double click on it. Here, let me double click on this particular cell. The cell content gets highlighted, and then we have to start typing the new content. Okay. Make it per month. How we can edit data in MS Access. Adding or deleting and moving a field. To add a field, first we have to click on the column header to the right side of which you wish to insert a field. So I want a field after last name. I'll click on this column header, last name. Okay. Then we have to go to the Fields tab. Here there is a Fields tab. The Fields tab, and here you have a group called Add and Delete. There is a group called Add and Delete. Here you just have to select any one of the data type. Okay. Now let me select number. Okay. Number field is added in after last name. Okay. The name field 1, and you can just have to change the name of that. Okay. Now, to delete a field, on the Fields tab, you have to just go and click on the Delete button. Okay. First, you have to select the particular column, and then in the Field tab, you have to select this button, Delete. Now, here, a confirmation message will come. So you want to permanently delete the selected field. Just click yes. So you can see number field has been deleted. To move a field, we have to just click on the column header. Now let me click on the column header last name, and you have to click and drag it wherever you want. I want it after the grades column. Just click and drag. You can see here last name has come to the click and drag wherever you want it. Now we can move a field.